Welcome to Denton, Texas, home of the North Texas Mean Green Eagles. It is time, college football 26, and it's time to kick off our Dynasty series. I started a couple last year, didn't follow through with it, but this year I am committed to trying to do a full Dynasty, and this year we've gone with the North Texas Mean Green, a school that's very close to my heart, very close in my state, in my area of the world, where a school that I just transferred to in real life. So I'm going to do my best to turn North Texas into a football powerhouse. And to do that, we have brought in Braxton Randall, a gritty 35-year-old head coach who has some influences, was a walk-on quarterback at Texas A&M, didn't really turn into much there as a player. He decided that he was going to become a coach. He became an assistant. He has had some multiple influences over his life. He was a high school coach who went 49-11 with Clear Falls High School in Texas. He was an offensive assistant under Baylor during the Art Briles era. He's also worked under Kevin Sumlin and Jimbo Fisher in his early days, so he has quite the many coaching influences, but he is ready to come back to North Texas and do his best to turn the program around. And North Texas is really, they're in a very tough spot just because of where they're located. I mean, you have to battle with the Oklahomas, the Texases, the Texas A&M, Baylor, Texas Tech, TCU. There's just so many other big Texas schools that are going to steal a lot of these recruits. So it's going to be quite a challenge to pull those recruits, to get them to come to North Texas of all places. But the reward is if we can build up North Texas to get those recruits. We have one of the best pipelines in the whole country, being the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area. That is a hub of so many great elite talent. Just the state of Texas in general is just home to so much elite talent when it comes to football. So North Texas is in a unique spot with a lot of talent, but it's going to take a while. It's going to take some winning. It's going to take some grit to really build this program back up to the top. And Braxton Randall is a pure motivator head coach. He's going to motivate. He's going to get his guys to play well, play hard, play gritty. And he's got to wear a tank top and wear khakis to look like Jake from State Farm. But he's always got to, he's got to show that he's a player's coach. He's not one of these, old dudes. He's a new school coach with some older coach influence. But he is the man to turn North Texas around. And it's time to get that started here with Braxton Randall. So I'm very excited to do that. North Texas hasn't had a winning season in 2 years. They're coming off a 5-7, a 6-7 season. There hasn't been that much success in the program history, at least not recently. 2017, 2018 was the last time they had a really solid record, winning 9 games. But, we want to get North Texas back to the days when Mean Joe Green was playing for North Texas. But yeah, we went with the motivator coach build. Last year I did recruiter a lot. This year motivator seemed a little bit better than recruiter, and I wanted to try the motivator coach because I feel like if you can unlock master motivator, it does give you quite a few advantages. But we do have elite recruiter on all of our offensive stuff from our offensive coordinator, so that's going to be helpful to at least bring in some offensive talent here in our thing, as well as having a couple of those bottom tier recruiting abilities. So it is looking good in terms of our offensive recruiting. We're going to be able to find recruits fast. It should be a good start. Instead of us having to spend points in recruiter, we're going to be able to put a lot of those points into master motivator and get that stuff upgraded fairly quickly. Our defensive coordinator is a motivator as well, like us, and he's got linebackers and defensive backs really heavily scouted. So I'm thinking when we're going after players, we heavily look to try to recruit some linebackers and some DBs when it comes to our secondary, because it seems that that's going to give us a huge advantage with that master motivator from our defensive coordinator right now already being all the way capped out. And as you see, I'm going to go through here. I'm just going to get as much stuff as unlocked as I can with my pre-order bonuses. We got 100 coach points to start with, so we're just going to go ahead and, just get as much stuff in motivator as upgraded as possible. I actually think the second one I'm going to go for is probably tactician, just because with recruiting, the only way to get better recruits is to win. And I think if we start doing tactician as soon as possible, once we get to level 10, then we can just unlock tactician, and that's going to allow us to get upgrades to our players actually. And I really want to focus on building the offensive and defensive lines, because if let's be real, the biggest discrepancy on a football field at the a collegiate level is the trenches. Like when you going up against a good team, like some of these smaller schools, they might have good skill players or some good skill players, but it's the offensive and defensive line. When you don't have a good offensive or defensive line, the talent gap is pretty big and apparent. You will get destroyed. Like Alabama, Texas, Ohio, like those teams, offensive and defensive lines are just so much better than us. So looking at our roster here, we're a 72 overall team, 71 offense, 74 defense. We don't have much at quarterback right now. We do have Clayton Johnson as a running back, but he's a senior, so he's going to be gone this year. This North Texas roster really is just devoid of talent mixed in with a bunch of 2 and 3 stars right now. And I mean, obviously that's a normal with a school that's going to be playing in a lower tier conference that just doesn't have that much talent. They lost a few players in the portal, I believe. So it's going to be a struggle a couple years, but we are playing in Conference USA. We're not in a horribly tough conference right now. So I think my main goal this year is just to have a winning record. That we went 6-7 last year. So we want to get North Texas back to a winning record. Maybe if we can get 7-8 wins this year, that would be a big win. Make a bowl game, become bowl eligible, win a bowl game. I mean, even if we can compete in our conference, there is going to be some tough teams there. I have to look because I did do some conference realignment. We're going to talk about that at the end of the video. But it's going to be tough to compete with a couple of teams in this conference because I think there's a couple low 80s teams or high 70s teams that are going to be in our Conference USA this year. So it's definitely going to be tough. But looking on the roster, the best players are definitely on defense. So we're going to have to start doing some recruiting. And here's the recruiting that we're starting with. Paul Hodge, this pocket passer quarterback, had us as his #1 team, a 3-star quarterback, and his stats didn't look terrible, but we are definitely going to have to find some quarterback talent. So looking at 2 quarterbacks here, a dual threat and a pocket passer, because we do want to have variety when it comes to different types of quarterbacks. But Marco Fernandez having 90 throw power isn't bad. Looking at the running back, Kyle Jones as well, just a solid, just trying to find guys that have us ranked high. And there's a 3-star gem receiver. They have nerfed recruits. Like there aren't a lot of crazy guys anymore coming out. It seems like 3 stars that are crazy speed. So they've kind of nerfed that. But we didn't have a lot of skill points. I couldn't spend a lot of time actually just trying to uncover stats. So I mean, and at this point with how low our school prestige is, we really just gotta go after as many 3 stars as we can, 2-star, 3-star guys, and just go and just hopefully hit some guys with good potential that are going to develop, because that's going to be the only way. We're not going to be able to get any 4 or 5 stars, and it's not going to be realistic to try to go after those guys anyway. But our first game of the year is going to be against San Diego State at home. We don't start conference play for like the first 3 weeks of the season. So first game is going to be at home for San Diego State. Should be an interesting one. San Diego State is a little bit better than us. They're 76s across the board. They've got a few 90 overall players, but it should be good. And it's raining here in Denton, Texas, just like it is in real life right now. It's been raining all summer, it feels like. But here it comes, North Texas, and the all whites, and the fans are going crazy here at the stadium in Denton. Very nice stadium here in North Texas. Can't complain. It's Texas. It's pretty big. Hopefully we can get the stadium rocking eventually as we take on San Diego State. Excited to kick off this Dynasty mode. Excited to have some fun. Get North Texas on top. My goal is to play as many seasons as we can until the next game comes out or until I just get bored. We'll see what happens first. But it's underway. The North Texas Dynasty begins now as number 22 is going to take it out of the end zone and get tackled. There he is. There's Coach. He's leading his offense with the quarterback in. We got Fisher and the other guy. I'm sorry, my editing screen is so small I can't read the names. But anyway, here we go. First play of the Dynasty. It's going to be a swing pass on an RPO to Carton Johnson, as Johnson's going to get tackled down. Next play, 2nd and 7. There's a nice little throw over the middle, 2nd and 7. That's a first down. So we're trying to make our way with number 7, the quarterback, and we're going to get sacked. He is taken down. And that's going to bring the San Diego State defense on the field, or offense, my bad. Offense on the field. San Diego State trying to get it done versus North Texas. There's going to be a carry up the middle and the Red Seas part. That's the big thing I'm worried about with a smaller school is our offensive and defensive line is going to suck. So we're really going to have to do a good job defensively and offensively, as San Diego State's starting to cheese us by running a no huddle. Computer is running no huddles now, like it's crazy. As ball's gonna be hit. Oh, he still gets it away. What a throw there from the quarterback. 3rd and 9 now. Can San Diego State make a play? Quarterback's making some adjustments. He drops back. Here comes the rush from North Texas, and it's thrown, and it's going to be dropped in the rain. The water affecting the ball right there, as San Diego State's going to bring on the field goal unit. Can he knock down the kick here in the rain? 4th and 9, the snap, the hold, and that kick is going to be good. Just sneaks in the left upright. Just gets that in the kick there for San Diego State. 2nd and 9 now for North Texas. What can North Texas do? Here we go. The drop back. Oh, and the offensive line absolutely sucked there. 3rd and 15. The O-line is not looking great so far. The blocking has been subpar, and he's going to get sacked once again. My goodness. The offensive line here at North Texas proving to be a problem early. Can San Diego State make us pay? There's a handoff up the middle, and it's going to be going for 9 yards. The trenches, it's definitely going to have to be built up. We are getting pounded in the run game, and we are getting gashed by the pass rushers of the opponent. Not looking very good so far. There's going to be a little RPO swing pass. That's going to be a good tackle there to prevent the first down. So we're really going to have to just keep working if the trenches are going to be this bad. Though it is only one game, so we'll have to see how the trend. It's going to be a play action pass. It's going to be caught over the middle. The spin move, and he's down to the 11. Defense is kind of on its toes right now. San Diego State's no-huddle offense is making life tough. Here comes the snap. That one's thrown over the middle. Good throw there by the computer, down to the 1. The next snap is going to be a handoff. It's going to run to the outside. That's going to be a touchdown for San Diego State. An easy first drive there as their quarterback and running back made that drive look absolutely easy as they pounded us on the ground and just threw a couple nice passes. Another 3rd down here for North Texas. Mentensberger drops back. He's looking, and there's just nothing there. The throw over the middle is lobbed, and it's going to be broken up. Another play where there was just no time for the quarterback. San Diego State drops back. They're looking again. There comes the blitz, and it's going to be caught for a first down, another 3rd down conversion. 3rd down and 8. Can San Diego convert another 3rd down? The drop back. Here comes the pressure. They're looking over the middle, and that one's caught. The defender misses, and that's going to be a touchdown for San Diego State. My goodness. The defense looking like Swiss cheese here early for North Texas, as San Diego State's going to take a 17-0 lead. Wow, not great. 3rd down and 8, North Texas, they drop back, and he's going to be sacked again. 4 sacks already in the first quarter for San Diego State. 2nd and 6 now. Can San Diego State continue their offensive momentum? San Diego drops back, and that one's going to be intercepted. He has nothing but green grass in front of him. Oh, he's so slow, he gets caught. What a bad read there by the quarterback, as number 32 is going to jump in front of that ball and get the interception. So North Texas generates a turnover, and they're throwing a party on the sideline as he's drinking the Coke bottle or whatever their celebration is. That was ridiculous. So Ethan Weslowski gets the interception. The linebacker just jumped that route. Not a good read there from the quarterback, but good job by the defense. But can the offense do anything with it? There's the throw. It's a nice little play by the running back to stay in bounds as he gets to the outside. Beginning of the second quarter now. Can North Texas do something? Here we go. He's looking. He's running. The wide receiver was in at quarterback in the specialty package, and he gets the first down. 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line. Here we go. He's looking. Nothing's open. He throws it over the middle, and it's caught. What a play there by the receiver. He absolutely jumps over the top of the DB and makes a fantastic catch. My goodness, what a catch there by the receiver. I thought that ball might get picked off, but Dalton Carnes went up and snatched it, looking like Julian Edelman in the Super Bowl. My goodness, what a catch there as he just went right over the top. Huge catch there. He goes right up, and wow, great extension, great hands. That's a big play for North Texas to get on the board, create some offensive momentum early in the season. 2nd and 8 here for San Diego State. Can they get more going here, trying to keep their offense going. As there's going to be a run up the middle. The blocking was perfect. He's got room and down to the 40. San Diego State's offense is looking absolutely dangerous right now. They are gashing us in the run and the pass game. There's the pass over the middle, and it's going to be caught for another first down. It's just looking easy right now for the San Diego State, as they are going to keep driving this down to the inside the 5. It's going to be a delayed draw. He's looking over the middle. He throws a little crossing route, and that's going to be a touchdown. Wow, we are just getting demolished here at home in our opener. This is not what I wanted. I did not think our defense was going to get cooked like this, and we're not even like they're only like a 77 and we're a 74. It's not that big of a difference. We are getting absolutely annihilated. 2nd and 12 here to go. There's going to be another throw over the middle, and it's going to be caught once again. The North Texas defense is getting ripped to shreds as San Diego State is going to continue running their no-huddle offense. Here comes San Diego State, drops back to pass. He throws it to the back of the end zone, and that one's going to be caught. He goes over the top and makes a fantastic catch, and it is a murder here in Denton, Texas to start the season as San Diego State is about to go up 31-7 in only the second quarter. Not a great look. Can North Texas get anything going? 6 minutes left here in the quarter. He's going to throw it to the running back on the screen, and there's nothing but green grass in front of him. That's going to be a good play there to get something going. 4th and 4. Got to have this one to create any type of momentum. It's going to be drops back, throws it over the middle, and it's knocked down. So turnover on downs for North Texas, and it is not looking good here. We're about to go into halftime, and they're about to be down 3, 4, potentially even 5 possessions. But there's going to be a sack. It's a fumble. Ball on the ground. Go, big man. He scoops it. Can he avoid the offensive line? He does. And that's going to be a touchdown. Wow. What a huge momentum swinging play for the Mean Green, as it's going to be a scoop and score from the defensive end. What a play. What a turn of events. If the offense can't get any going, the defense finally creates a play after getting gashed. Defensive lineman just spins off his block and is in the right place at the right time to pick up that football. You couldn't have asked for a better play there. You needed something big from your defense, and they absolutely made that happen and bring out the turnover Gatorade bottle. So at halftime, it's going to be 14-31. We're down 17 points. Did not want to give up 31 points in the first half. The running back's averaging almost 5.4 yards a carry, which is absolutely trash. Our defensive line's got to do better than that. Maybe I got to call better plays as the coach. I don't know. So we are going to make a quarterback change. We are going to be putting in Chris Jimerson. I want to try the freshman out who's got that mobility. With our offensive line getting destroyed as it is, I think we got to put in a more mobile quarterback and get him on the move because our O-line can't block, so we got to be able to escape some pressure. So here's Jimerson, the true freshman, his first snap of his career. He rolls out to the right, to the left. He's looking. He throws it over the middle. Oh, and it's picked. Are you serious? Oh, my God. Well, it's okay, young man. It was only your first play. You got a lot more left. Let's get him on the move. Let's show off that speed as he's going to get down to the 23. So he can't really throw the ball, but at least we have some speed at quarterback, so that's what we're going to keep throwing these short screen passes because, oh, but what a spin move there by the back. Get the freshman in. Oh, yeah, and I even realized I forgot this. San Diego State's now 37-14, so our defense is absolutely trucking, but we're showing off Jimerson here, getting some speed at quarterback, so this game is pretty much over, so time to just get the freshman, get him some reps in, save our starting quarterback potentially for more important games, as we're finally going to walk into the end zone and get a touchdown there. But Jimerson does lead our first actual decent drive of the game, so that was good, besides the first drive. So it's going to be 20-37 now, 3rd and goal for San Diego State. Their offense has just been cooking us all game. He's looking. He throws it over the middle. Oh, and that's going to be a brutal tackle there. But they're still going to be able to knock in the field goal to make it 40-20. 43-20 now. But you know what? It's going to be a tough loss, but I do like having a mobile quarterback as Jimerson. So maybe we keep him in. If our offensive line is going to not be good, I'd rather have a quarterback that can do this, that can get out of the pocket and get yards moving on the ground. It's such a huge advantage to have a mobile quarterback. I mean, 87 speed is pretty high for a quarterback in this year's game. You don't have quarterbacks generating with a ton of speed. Oh, he puts the ball on the ground, but it's going to be recovered. So we definitely have some decisions to make next game if we want to keep this freshman quarterback in Jimerson. He rolls out of the pocket. He's looking. He sees the end zone, and he gets in, showing off that speed. So 2 touchdown drives led by this true freshman quarterback, let alone, I mean, you could say they were in garbage time, but he's already got 91 yards rushing. So a 91 rushing yard half for the true freshman quarterback. So maybe it is a true advantage. Maybe we do need to look at playing him more. But that's going to do it for this game. Our first game as the North Texas head coach, and we lose 43-26. So not a terrible blowout. Defense could have been better, but we still put up 26 points. We really couldn't do anything with any of our quarterbacks throwing the ball. 5 for 9 isn't terrible with the 1 pick though. So, but I do like that we have a running quarterback. Even though he's a 68, he averaged almost 10 yards a carry. So that is something to consider. Poffenbar, or whatever his name is. I mean, I just don't like having a 70-speed quarterback in this game where I can't escape the pocket if I need to. It's rushing is just so important to be able to have the mobility in the quarterback. We just got gashed this game. 152 yards from their running back. Yeah, we're gonna definitely have to look into upgrading our offensive and defensive line, or we are gonna get absolutely cooked. I just don't see any way this team is gonna be good until we upgrade the trenches, in any way. But Chris Jimerson, the 68 overall, I'm sticking with him. I played the best in the second half. Our offense looked the best. His elusiveness and quickness is already up there. If his power and accuracy even gets decently better, he could definitely be a decent quarterback. But our second game of the season, it's not going to get any easier. We're going up against Baylor, who's an 84 overall team, and we're a 76, so 75, I think, actually. So this could be bad. This is going to be very tough. If we lose by less than 20 points, this will actually be not bad. I expect to get absolutely blown out this game. We're probably going to lose by 30. I mean, we should lose by 30 to Baylor. Baylor is a top 25 team, so. But here he is, the freshman quarterback. Your first start is against Baylor. Good luck, young man. Good luck. The freshman quarterback. What can he do versus a good defense? He's making some adjustments to the line. He's looking. He snaps the ball. He carries it. He makes a guy miss, and he goes up the middle, and that's going to be a huge gain. So we are already showing this new offense around Jimerson. I mean, we got to make it a full QB run offense, I think. We got to be running lots of RPOs and options and stuff. 3rd and 15, though, and he's going to get taken down. The offensive line, my goodness, yeah. It's going to be a problem if you thought last game was a problem to block, blocking against elite trench talent is going to be even harder. So Baylor's quarterback's going to dump it off there, and they're going to pick up the first down. 3rd down and 1. Can our defense make a stand? We gave up 6 or 7 3rd down conversions last game. I swear we did. But there's going to be the handoff, and he's going to get taken down. 4th down and 2 now. Can our defense make a stop? The running back cuts to the outside, and he stops short. What a play there. What a play there by the defense to get us the ball back. 2nd and 4 now. Circle's going to come on this jet motion. Jimerson's going to look, and he gets the edge, and he's going to easily have the first down. So Jimerson doing all he can right now with his legs to continue to keep it in. Looking at this RPO on 3rd and 8. Don't want to potentially throw an interception because our accuracy is just so bad. Playing it safe, and we're just going to punt it away. But no, we're going for it. Coach is being aggressive here. Says we're in the 50. You got to be aggressive to beat Baylor. Jimerson drops back. He looks, the C's part, and he gets the first down. So the aggressive play call potentially is going to pay off here for North Texas if they can put some points on the board. Here's Jimerson. He keeps it again on the read option. He's looking. He's got green grass, but number 11 runs in and cuts him off. So that potential touchdown now gets taken to a field goal. Let's see if North Texas's kicker can put this in on the road. And the kick is up, and it's good. He sneaks it in between the right upright. So North Texas strikes first blood against Baylor. 3rd and 14 now for the Bears. What can they do here? Can North Texas get a stop and get the ball back? 3rd and 14. Here comes the running back on a little jet motion play to the outside, and it's going to work. It confuses the back, and he's going to be able to get at the first down. Nifty play call there. 2nd and 10 for Baylor. What can they do? Are they going to continue their success from that last play. And it's going to be thrown over the middle, and that's going to be caught. The talent difference on both sides is starting to definitely show on offense. The receivers are faster than our players, as he's going to throw this one deep to the end zone, and it's going to be broken up. Good play there to knock it out of the receiver's hands. But Baylor's being aggressive too. We got 2 aggressive coaches today. 4th and 5. Can Baylor convert? He drops back. He looks. He throws it over the middle on that little Texas route, and it's going to be caught. So Baylor now doing a fantastic job on this possession, converting these plays, as there's going to be a wide open hole for the back, and he's going to walk the dog and take it right in for a touchdown. So the talent discrepancy is starting to show now. North Texas does nothing on their next drive, and Baylor has it right back at the 50. 3rd and 9, drops back to pass. He's looking deep. The receiver's got a step, and it's caught. The receiver beats the double coverage. They put 2 guys on top of him trying to stop the speedy receiver, and it doesn't work. Regardless, he burns both of them. It's going to be a touchdown for Baylor. Both guys bracketed the speed receiver, but he just outran both of them. Not good. So 14-3 now. North Texas just trying to do anything to stay in this game. 3rd and 9. Jimerson's just going to scramble and get the first down. Jimerson just doing everything he can with his legs because the receivers cannot get open, and there's just nothing available as Jimerson takes it again on the scramble and gets a first down. 1 minute left here in the half. Screen play. It's going to be blocked well. There's going to be a nice juke move, and that's going to get North Texas into the end zone. So a big score there for North Texas to make it 10-14, 9-14, pending the extra point. So North Texas does a good job responding to Baylor. Let's see what North Texas' defense can do now. It's 10-14. We need a big stop, but he cuts up the middle. Oh my gosh. Right after North Texas scores, the C's part for 21, and he's going to take it for a touchdown. You got to be kidding me. North Texas finally gets back in the game and immediately gives up the touchdown on a kick return. The speed on the field is just different between both these teams. One team has elite speed and one team can just not keep up as Daryl Skaggs walks into the end zone. It is not looking great for North Texas right now. Everything has gone wrong in this game. 2nd and 7 now for Baylor in the second half. Can North Texas get a stop? That's thrown over the middle, and it's intercepted. What a terrible read by the quarterback, and that's going to be a pick 6. Wow, he looked into the flats and just did not see the corner there, and that's going to be an easy pick 6 by Jackson. Wow. I mean, no, that was just, not even close. It's just a zone. It's just a curl flat zone, like cover 3 or cover 2, and he just picks it off. That was just a bad read by the quarterback. Should not have been thrown. So North Texas back-to-back weeks getting 2 big defensive touchdowns. So those are some big turnovers. Let's see if it can maybe spark North Texas to get a comeback. 2nd and 11 now. Here's the pitch, speed option, and he's going to lose the football, and it's going to be a touchdown for Baylor. Unbelievable. So right after North Texas gets a huge momentum swinging touchdown, Baylor comes right back and forces a defensive touchdown of their own. And that's going to be the first big mistake by the quarterback, the young freshman. He just not tight with the ball there near their goal line, and he's just going to lose it. And that's going to be a touchdown for Baylor. Wow, unbelievable. So North Texas down by 10 points here in the third. Definitely putting up a better fight than I would have expected against a top team, as that's going to be a nice little route to get them down. 4th and goal now. Biggest play of the game so far. Here comes the QB run, and it's going to be stuffed. The offensive line of North Texas just does not have the talent to block in these situations against a tough Baylor defensive line. So those trenches, we got to upgrade them if we want to be able to compete against these better rosters. But Baylor throws the swing pass, and that was just not a good decision, as that's going to be a safety. Not a good decision by Baylor there, as North Texas is going to get 2 points and the ball back. So North Texas down by 8. Is going to play it safe here and kick the field goal to get 3 points. Some would say this is a dumb decision and you should go for it, but got to take the points in that situation. The defense has made a couple good stops now in the second half, but it's the biggest play of the game now. 3rd and 11. Can North Texas get the ball back? Here comes the blitz. The quarterback's going to chuck it deep. The receiver has a step, and they beat the blitz, and that's going to go for 6. What a play there by the quarterback with pressure in his face, and he lobs a perfect ball, and the speedy running back a receiver just goes out and gets it. North Texas has hung in there all this game, but the speed on the field, the difference in trench talent, and difference in just elite track speed from a Power Five school, just no chance for North Texas on the edge or in the receivers, and that's going to do it. Baylor's going to tack on 2 extra garbage time touchdowns and another back-to-back weeks of getting up 100-yard rushers, and he had 3 touchdowns. So just there's definitely some promise here with North Texas. We played 2 teams. Baylor was an acceptable loss. San Diego State, we probably shouldn't have lost as bad as we did. There's definitely some hope. Our defense has just got to play better. I might try changing the scheme or something. I don't know. The defense has just got to do a better job, because right now we are just giving up way too many rushing yards, like just an absurd amount of rushing yards. I mean, this game we just got cooked in all regards, but that's what's going to happen when you play a team that has actual talent on it. But we give up 131 yards rushing, over 300 yards passing. Defense is just not looking great. I mean, we put up 20-something points on the board, which against Baylor, that's very solid. So, yeah, we're just going to have to do a better job on defense, and we're just going to have to continue building. We're not going to be a great team the first couple of years. We got to get some recruits in here, get those coaching trees unlocked so we can get, some of the especially tactician unlocked so we can get some upgrades in the trenches. But yeah, that's going to do it for this. Guys, I'm going to send it to my future self, and we're going to talk about custom conferences now. So I wanted to end the video off talking about custom conferences, because I've shifted around some things for this Dynasty mode, and it's just to make things more interesting. I grew up in an era of football where geography actually mattered, and that's something I wanted to bring to this Dynasty. I wanted to give it a unique kind of twist to it with a promotion and relegation system. I want to shout out Bryce Tinson on YouTube, because I saw his video on this, and it's a really cool video breaking down how to make your dynasty with geography and relegation. So I'll leave a link to his video in the description. He has some really good videos on dynasty with house rules and stuff. So I've kind of implemented a lot of things that he talked about to make dynasty fun, and I think they're really good changes to keep it realistic and also fun. Let's just talk about these custom conferences. Obviously, it's not going to be for everyone, but I wanted to keep this unique. If y'all don't like it, I can always move it back in a season or two. But I just want to talk about what I did. So the whole idea behind this is to keep geography a factor, create rivalries in states, and bring a promotion and relegation system in, kind of like what the Premier League does. And I think that's a good way to make conference championship games matter. So even if your team is out of it, you want to win your conference, because you don't want to get relegated to a lower tier conference. So what we've done is I've paired 2 conferences together. So you have like a lower tier conference and a higher tier conference. Like essentially you have your main Power 5 conferences, and you have a conference below it. And essentially what's going to happen is the winner, like I'll start with this. So the ACC and the American are together. So this is your new look ACC based on geography, right? You'll see some different things in here, and we'll get into that in a second. But like, just for example, let's say James Madison, right? They're the second. They're probably the worst team in the ACC currently. I just thought it'd be cool to have them as the last team in the ACC. We could honestly pull any one of these teams in. Like, honestly, we probably should do Liberty based on the overall, but it doesn't really. It's not a huge deal for the first season. So we'll just leave it as B. Overall doesn't really concern me, considering how this game works with overall. But anyway, so let's just say, for example, James Madison is the worst team in the ACC. They will get demoted to the American Conference, and let's say the winner, let's just say Army wins the American, they are going to get promoted into the ACC for the next season. Now, the whole concept of this is good, because let's say you're a team in the American. If you move up to the ACC, that's a huge boost for your recruiting and your team building. So it's important to want to win the conference in this lower tier, because for that next season you'll get a huge recruiting boost. And vice versa, James Madison loses a lot for their recruiting because they get demoted to the American. So this is kind of like the East Coast-ish zone between the American and the ACC. So this is like our East Coast kind of area. So as you'll see, that Penn State is now in the ACC, keeping with the geography. Some other notable additions with James Madison and Maryland coming over into the ACC for geography purposes, and Rutgers as well. So geography, this is all around the East Coast as well as West Virginia. This is kind of your Eastern Seaboard kind of 2 conferences based on these things. Now we get to the Big Ten. So looking at the Big Ten now, obviously you lose Penn State, but Notre Dame now comes into the Big Ten. So that's kind of a obviously a important addition. Notre Dame's really good, so that makes up for Penn State's loss. So you've got Notre Dame in the Big Ten now. You've also got the addition of all the teams in Kentucky. So you've got Louisville coming into the Big Ten. You've got Kentucky coming into the Big Ten, as well as Iowa State to combat Iowa in that in-state rivalry. So you've got some really cool parity now with geography into the Big Ten. Now, the this is like your Midwest kind of area. So the second tier conference is going to be it's going to be the Mid American Conference to the Big Ten. So you've got all your other kind of Midwestern teams. You got your Cincinnati's now in the Mid American. You've got Northwestern demoted into there as well. This is definitely a weaker conference, but Cincinnati and Northwestern have the ability as some higher tier teams to get back into the Big Ten if they win their conference, and vice versa. Like whoever, this is a really good conference, so whoever gets loses this conference, like Purdue or whatever, they'll get demoted and go into the Mid American Conference. Now we look at the Big 12. This is your new look Big 12. Now I've kind of gone back and made this like the Southwestern Conference was like a long time ago. This is essentially your Texas, your Louisiana kind of combination of teams in Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma biased. You got that whole area, which is huge battle for recruiting. So this is going to create some really cool things. You've got Arkansas in from the SEC. You've got Texas and OU back in. You've got Missouri back into the Big 12. Essentially, this is the Southwestern Conference. You've got Tulane, who's kind of been on the up and up in the Big 12. You've got Texas A&M back. You've got SMU coming back in as a private Texas school. So you've got all your Texas schools for the most part, your big ones in here. You've got your Kansas and Kansas State as well. And yeah, it just in LSU. So you've got some of your big Louisiana SEC teams, your big Texas and Oklahoma schools as well. So it's going to create some good parity in the Big 12, I think, as making it a major conference player to the SEC. So that's your Big 12, and then the conference below it is going to be Conference USA. So we've got Arkansas State, Houston, Louisiana Tech, Memphis. You've got your UTSA's, your Texas State's, North Texas, Missouri State, the new addition to the game, is in here as well. So you've got kind of your this is like your Southwest, your Texas, Louisiana, Missouri's, Arkansas's type areas of basing it on geography. So then after that, going to the Pac 12, baby. The Pac 12 makes a comeback. Pac 12 after dark has to come back because who doesn't love the Pac 12, obviously? So you've got Arizona, Arizona State. Basically, the original Pac 12 is back the way it was. You've got Arizona, Arizona State. You've got Oregon, Oregon State back rivalry. You got all these huge rivalries from in these end states, these California rivalries, these Washington rivalries, the Oregon rivalries. You've got your big schools back in the Pac 12, which is fantastic, I think, for parity around college football, for geography reasons, of course. Then in your Mountain West, you've got Air Force, you've got Colorado State, Fresno State. This is pretty much the Mountain West as is now, but you get New Mexico State in here, UTEP. I think those are the only two big ones. Just New Mexico State and UTEP get added into the Mountain West. So yeah, you've got your Mountain West and Pac-12, your West and like Mountain Time Zone teams back together as well for that demotion. Then we get to the SEC. Now, this is the SEC definitely, you could argue, got weaker, but also you lose the LSU's of the world and the Texas and Oklahoma, but that's only been for a year anyway. So really, the really big loss from the SEC is LSU in terms of power. But here's the thing that you do with this: you get all the Florida schools in here. Florida State and Miami come in to the SEC to create those rivalries. You've got Georgia now, Georgia and Georgia Tech in-state rivalry. You've got Clemson in here as well, another big team. So you lose LSU, but you gain Clemson and Miami in here, which is really cool. You get UCF. So now you've created all your rivalries for the state of Alabama, the state of Florida, the state of Georgia. So that's just really cool. And then you still keep, South Carolina and Tennessee and Ole Miss. So the SEC still, I think, is really strong, but you just get those added rivalries in the different states of Florida and Georgia and Alabama. Then we look at the Sun Belt. Here's your teams that could be promoted and demoted. You've got Coastal and all the UAB, USF, Southern Alabama, Southern Miss. So you guys get the point. This is kind of the whole point of these custom conferences, is to just give us some parity and make geography matter. I think it'll create some very interesting things along with the promotion and relegation systems. So yeah, tell me what y'all think about this in the comments. I just wanted to end the video off kind of here. This is my mic sound might sound a little different just because I wanted to talk about this just live and uncut, because it's kind of an important thing. I didn't want to do a voiceover because explaining this on voiceover is going to be very rambly. I'd rather just go through it like this. But there's your new team. You got Delaware here and Missouri State in the Conference USA. So those are going to be the custom conferences. So yeah, that's just all I wanted to pop in here and say about that. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the first episode of the North Texas Dynasty. Leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. I'm really excited to start doing this and continue it for you guys. Yeah, just leave any tips, suggestions, any thoughts you think I should do. But yeah, make sure you drop a comment and subscribe. I'm going to be starting our quarterback road to glory. That's going to be the next video. So yeah, guys, tons of football content here. We're almost in football season again. NFL starting, college starting, Madden's coming out. It's a good time to be a football fan. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.